I think what got me into guiding was the fact that I wanted to spend as much time on the river as possible. I spent, the prior 8 years learning how to fish, figuring out what went into fishing, how to float, where to pick my spots. And out of all that time, I started running out of people to go with. And all my other friends, being a bartender, I'd have days off where I'd fish, and I never had friends to go. My wife would have to work. I started running out of those contacts to take in my boat, and there came a point in time when I said, maybe I should just do this for a job. Maybe I should, instead of finding a person to take fishing, I should just meet a person that already wants to fish that morning, take them out and do what they want to do and what I love to do. And I feel like that's what got me involved in this. It was definitely an awakening, seeing that, whoa, I can go do what I love and make a living doing it. I graduated in 2011 with a degree in marketing and management. Basically got a master's in hunting and fishing though. If I could go back and do it all over again, I would not change a thing. I'd still spend, the first 2 semesters in the woods and the last 2 semesters on the river. My wife is a great angler. She is not as patient as I would hope, but she has a big love for catching big fish. She likes to strip streamers. She likes to throw small flies at big fish, and I think one of the reasons why we get along so great is because we both have a big passion for fishing. We get to spend a lot of time together doing that, and it's definitely been one of the cornerstones for our relationship and building a strong relationship, which has been great. I think the most memorable day of my 2017 season was a day I had on Rock Creek with a client that had booked. He was a younger gentleman, about 40. He brought his 13-year-old daughter with him. It was her very first fly fishing trip. The dad himself was a great angler. He'd traveled all over the world and fished. And it was his goal for this trip was to create a joy and love for fishing for his daughter so they could share that the rest of their lives. I picked up on that very fast. Luckily for him and me, we had a day on Rock Creek, which was in the peak of the hatch. Golden stones were going nuts. The dad said, put me in the back, put my daughter in the front, focus all your time on her, and I'll pick up fish in the back. We did exactly that. She was athletic. She listened great. She was confident. She was patient. And in that moments of 6 hours, we stuck 30+ fish. Her alone did. She ripped out more fish than I had seen almost anybody pull out my whole season, one right after another, building confidence as she went down. By the end of the trip, I could tell there was no doubt in my mind that that little girl was addicted to fly fishing and that she was going to share that moment and more moments with her father like that the rest of her life. And I feel like I took more away from that than anything else this season. I got to go with my wife and my best friend, and we target fished some big fish in small body of water. We took turns. I got to watch my friend stick a nice 22-inch rainbow. My beautiful wife came in right behind him, stuck a 26-inch rainbow, which at the time was the biggest fish I had seen on a fly rod. This was springtime. And it was my turn. I got my chance, and I saw one fish in there feeding. We knew he was a big one. I threw it in there. 4 refusals in a row. 5th one was a charm. Set the hook, locked it up, saw him rise to the surface, and it was the biggest fish biggest trout I definitely had ever laid a hook into. A couple-minute battle up and down river, and next thing you know, I'm holding a 30-inch wild rainbow in my hands that I don't think I'll ever forget about that moment. High-fiving my wife and my best friend, hugs all around, beers to celebrate afterwards.